Alright, moto fans. Sorry, I'm fighting a cold here. Middle of summer, we're fighting colds. Anyways, I just swapped out the carburetors. The carburetor that I originally put on this needs a total rebuild. I turned the fuel on, fuel was running right out of it. It needs a rebuild, and I kind of knew that, but whatever. So I took the carburetor off the 450, put it on this. Gonna see if it'll start. I don't know. Don't know what's gonna happen, but we shall see. Fuel's on. Neutral. Whoa. She runs, folks. That's cool. That gives me a lot of ambition to get this thing finished up for this weekend. So, let's put it together. Morning, friends. Still fighting the cold here, so bear with me. As you can see, the 250 is done. Well, kind of. Sorry I didn't bring you along for all that. A buddy of mine stopped by, and not everybody likes cameras going and shit when they're here, so. But we did a stroke of business on it. I got the shock rebuilt, took it over to a local suspension shop. They hit it with some nitrogen for me and got that all taken care of. Got it put on, cleaned up the air box, got that all put back together. Everything's pretty much done, other than I've got 2 broken bolts up in this triple tree that I forgot about when it was off. Would have been a lot easier to do when it was off, but here it is. And then we got to bleed the front brakes, and oh, we still got to get a bearing out of the wishbone on the linkage. So we're gonna have to do a little MacGyvering on that because I don't have a blind bearing puller. So we're gonna do some innovating on that, but I think we'll get her. But yeah, anyways, just did some tire swapping last night. The tire that was on that wheel back there, I'll show you. It was so old and dry rotted, I had to cut it off. That's the first time I've ever had to cut a tire off, and it was was interesting for sure. But anyways, that MX34 is pretty much brand new. It doesn't look like it's been rode on at all. I've got another black wheel. I don't have to, but I think I'm going to swap. I've got pretty much a brand new tire over there. I'm going to swap it onto the other black wheel just so they match. Not necessary, but it would bother me having a black wheel and a silver one. But yeah, gonna hopefully put the final touches on this today. I gotta go back to work tomorrow and see if we can get it done up. It looks like we will be able to make the ditch banger after all. So it runs good. I'm not gonna lie, I stole the wishbone out of the 450 last night and put it on this just to ride it around, make sure it's gonna go up through the gears and everything, and it does. It runs and shifts good. So clutch feels good. I gotta figure out how to get it to start better. I might pull the tank and check the valves one more time again. That 450, it starts first kick. If not first kick, definitely second kick. This one you gotta kick it a couple times, and being a dead engine race, you know, start it. I need it to kick, like take off first or second kick, because everybody else has those buttons. But so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage there, but I make my way through the woods decent, so we'll see how it goes. But gonna get back to work here, hopefully get these bolts out so I don't lose my fender again this year.
Despite the allegations, her husband testified in court he wanted to see his wife and continues to support her. The wife has pleaded not guilty, citing mental disease or defect, and has been ordered under...
Alright, so we cut that washer, cut two sides off of it. We're going to put this nut on here. And then by theory, should be able to, might have to put that down through first. Try not to touch it because I'm sure it's still extremely hot. But I should be able to get that slid in there. Might have to take a little more off one of the ends there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that down again. A little more. Give me a little playroom. I'll be right back. Alright, so I cut that down a little bit more. Now the theory is I can put it down in there like so. Yeah, I might have cut too much off that one. Yeah, maybe not. We'll try it. Worst thing that's going to happen, I guess, is it's not going to work. But that should catch right there. Now I need to put a socket over that. Let me grab a socket. Good size socket here. Put that over. Make sure the ears of that washer we just cut are gonna hit. Wouldn't hurt to have another washer. There we go. Actually, old parts of the bushing here. Put that on there. Make sure our washer's still catching good. Thread this nut back on, snug it up. Come on. The threads on this thing are all gummed up. I'm gonna have to grab a wrench, of course. Let's see. Now, clamp those on there. I think I'm going to hit that with a little bit of heat just to hopefully get it to break free. Now remember, it's cast aluminum, so it doesn't have to be too hot, or it heats up quickly. Somebody's calling me. Just a minute. Alright. Well, the one thing I cannot stand is when people call you from a local number and it's spam. It's getting pretty wild, but that did not work. Interesting. Okay. I guess we need to go back to the drawing board here. I do have another washer that I could try again. I don't think, I think I cut too much off of this one. I think it's too small. So we may need to go to my father's, and I broke my vise the other day doing my other bearings, so the vise is out of commission. It'd be a lot easier to cut this better. Yeah, let's go up to Dad's shop and use his stuff, I guess. Alright, I'll see you up there. Alright, so what I've done is I double nutted the bottom. I think what happened I think it just unthreaded itself from the from the bottom nut. But anyways, we'll try this one more time. If we don't get it this time, we'll go up to Dad's and make a little better puller. Put that in there. Snug it up a little bit. Give it a little heat. And hopefully Well, it either just... Nope, it broke it. Son of a bitch. Well, maybe this isn't gonna work, guys. Huh. Not good. Well, I guess I gotta go back to the drawing board. Try again. Alright, so when all else fails, I just got this side out. I'll try to do it on this side as well. Shit. Alright. Heat that up good. Get a couple whacks. Try to get it moving. Yep, here it comes. It is coming out. I don't know if you can see that, but it is starting to go. Yep. There it is. So that's not the ideal way to do it, obviously, but it does work, I guess. I got a couple nicks in there from the screwdriver, not terrible ones, but they're decent nicks. So I'll take my little Prime MX wheel and just clean up in there for the new bearings. But yeah, that's all she wrote. Like I said, not ideal, but when you're in a bind, you got to do it, I guess. I better get that bearing puller coming.